111 degrees. The track temperature as we fire up the first pair of top fuel cars. We roll into the nitro session. Warmed up out there a little bit, 77.4 degrees. A lot of moisture still in the air. Standard correction is 107.4. The density altitude, 2,960 feet, 97 grains of water. That's an old school burnout. Womp, womp, womp for Terry Totten. And that's Scott Farley. We did have a run last night for the nitro cars. Neither of these two opted to make that run. Now, Scott Farley purchased this car. He was teamed up with Terry Totten last year. Came out here and made a couple of hits. The guy flies airplanes for a little company called UPS that you might have heard of.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good. The brown thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not the big brown truck, the big brown plane.
Got it.
But Scott Farley now running his own operation. He's over here on the right side, and Terry Totten out of Nebraska, his former mentor, said, well, I'm not going to be without a top fuel car, so he drove this one out of the mothballs. Getting a little help from the folks at Nelson Trucking, Red Line Oil. Scott told me that the plan for the weekend is just really to come out and get their feet wet. He said, if we don't qualify, we're not going to be heartbroken over it, but we just want to make sure we don't go home with a bunch of broken parts, trying to learn the ropes. You know, kind of once you leave the nest, you want to learn to fly on your own, but I don't know if I'd step off the tallest branch, if you know what I'm saying.
Terry Totten's been kind of quietly putting this car together. This week, just broke the news. Hey, we're coming back.
A couple of cylinders out, but the legs are on down there. 468 for Scott Farley. It didn't sound great, but it got there. A 450 comes up for Terry Totten. Now, last night we did run one qualifying session, and it was almost an all or nothing. We saw a lot of really good runs, and we saw quite a few that kind of shake and shuddered. And Terry Totten on that run for the moment is going to go to the number 10 spot. Scott Farley's going to go to the number 11 spot. If you were not with us last night, Leah Pruitt ripped this joint. 3.68 seconds at 333 miles an hour. She is number one. Steve Torrance currently sits two. Doug Coletta, Josh Hart. That's your top four. Remember, the last four, when we get to the end here, will be our Too Fast, Too Tasty Top Fuel Challenge. Not a bad way to start for a couple of guys that didn't make the run yesterday, right? You just want to come out here, hit the gas, and go down the racetrack.
100%. Scott Farley did step A. Went down the track. Didn't look like it really hurt anything.
We've got 20 cars, 20 top fuel cars, on the property here this weekend. So you're going to have to fight your way into this thing if you want to be a